Woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil sends the beast with wrath, because he knows the time is short. Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is a human number. Its number is 666.
I left alone, my mind was blank. I needed time to think, to get the memories from my mind. What did I see? Can I believe that what I saw that night was real and not just fantasy? Just what I saw in my old dreams were the reflections of my Walkman staring back at me. 'Cause in my dreams, it's always there, the evil face that twists my mind and brings me to despair.
berries ready for two ghosts are no different than you. Ghosts are now waiting for you, are you? Sweet berries ready for two ghosts are no different than you. Ghosts are now waiting for you, are you? Dreaming, dreaming the night, dreaming alright. Do we know when we fly, when we go? Do we die? Sweet berries ready for two ghosts are no different than you. Ghosts are now waiting for you, are you? Sweet berries ready for two ghosts are no different than you. Ghosts are now waiting for you, are you? Dreaming, dreaming the night, dreaming alright. Do we know when we fly, when we go? Do we die?
I push my fingers into my eyes. It's the only thing that slowly stops the ache. But it's made of all the things I have to take. Jesus never lands, it works its way inside. If the pain goes on, collapsed, I've waited as my time's elapsed. Now all I do is live with so much fate. I've wished for this, I've bitched at that. I've left behind this little fact: you cannot kill what you did not create. I've gotta say what I've gotta say, and then I swear I'll go away, but I can't promise you'll enjoy the noise. I guess I'll save the best for last. My future seems like one big past. You're left with me cause you left me no choice. I push my fingers into my eyes. It's the only thing that slowly stops me. If the pain goes on, I'm not gonna make it. Put me back together, or separate the skin from bone. Leave me all the pieces, then you can leave me alone.
Yo, what is up, everybody? How you guys doing today? I am here. I was gonna stream yesterday, but I decided not to, and that's the story. I'm gonna be streaming today, and I won't be back till next week because I'm going to Orlando for the weekend. I might stream Sunday, actually, maybe Sunday night, but otherwise, don't expect a stream from me Friday or Saturday. So we're gonna stream tonight. I can't stream too late because I do have work tomorrow, so 2 or 3 hour. Why are you playing Spondyle's game? I don't know how this is Spondyle's game, but either way, I streamed this many years ago, actually, sir. Anyways, we're gonna play this game now. I've been playing a lot of Arkham lately because the Penguin mainly. Where is it? There it is. Let me see if this is loud enough. This is the only game he plays? Well, that sounds like a him problem, not a me problem. Oh, for fuck's sake, do I need Xbox controls for this? Hold on. On Steam, Wii U, any console. There's more games that Spondyle plays, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm probably going to play through the Arkham series on the channel for a little bit. Maybe I might go through the whole thing. I don't know yet. Where is my wrench? You got to earn your wrench, boy. Alright? I don't have any patience for your foolishness. Oh. Speaking of the devil, Spondyle is in callers. Let me bring him in. Yo, what's up,
Hello,
Spond?
Michael.
What is up?
Bro. Arkham Origins. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I was going to start with Asylum, but I just played Asylum on my PlayStation. So I wanted to play a game that I didn't just beat.
Well, here's the thing. From like a replayability standpoint, out of all the Arkham series, Asylum is like the worst by far.
I'd say from like controls-wise, yes. But I think Asylum definitely has like the best atmosphere, especially if you're like a horror game fan, which I don't know if I'd say I am a horror game fan, but I do really appreciate horror games. Like I liked playing through last October I played through Soma for the first time, and that was an incredible game.
But here's the thing. I think even from a story standpoint, Asylum's the worst. Because it like has no character development throughout the entire story for Batman at all. And like throughout City, Origins, and Night, like you have where like Batman goes through like overarching character arcs.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in Asylum, he's just kind of like he's just there. He just does whatever.
Well, you could also analyze it from the perspective of this is basically like there is no character arc for Batman, sure, but it is an interesting kind of reflection on Batman because not only like in many comics and in many storylines, one of Batman's fears, deep-seated fears, is that he is as insane as everybody that belongs in Arkham. That was basically his main fear in Arkham Asylum, A Serious House on Serious Earth. Like at the end of the comic, Joker's like, "Oh, well, you know you're always welcome here," because he's playing into that fear. And that was like the comic that inspired the game. But I think for it being the first like really good Batman game, I think the main focus was just to make you, and I know this is an overused term, but feel like Batman. Which I think the game does a decent job of.
I think the big thing with Asylum 2 is if you look in like the history of it with the developers, what they were trying to do at the beginning was make Arkham City. Like that was the whole thing, and they just basically made a game as like a sort of like to prove they could make a good Batman game
proof of
first.
concept, yeah.
That was the whole thing with it.
Did you hear apparently they spent a very long time animating Batman's cape?
I bet.
They had one sole animator dedicated to it, yep. And as far as I'm aware, the animations remain basically entirely the same throughout each game.
It's like how they spent ages trying to animate Rapunzel's hair in both Tangled and Kingdom Hearts 3.
Well, in did you know for Monsters Inc. they didn't do this for Kingdom Hearts 3, which I understand. It's very time consuming and everything. But in the original Monsters Inc. solely, every single strand of his hair is animated.
Bruh.
Which is why it looks so good. But that's why if you compare the way he looks compared to the way he looks in Kingdom Hearts 3, the fair looks more like matted.
Oh, one thing. Look at the lips every time these characters start talking in Origins. It always looks super screwed
Oh
up.
no, yeah, the
Because for some
facial
reason-
animations are easily the worst in that game.
They use, like, you can see it at the beginning of the game, they use, like, a specific lip engine that they don't use in any of the other Arkham games, and you can really just tell how bad it is.
Yeah.
Well,
Because basically, if you don't know, Arkham Origins is essentially a modded copy of Arkham City that was just created as sort of a filler between City and Night.
Yeah, they basically
Yeah, there's a lot of
Arkham
weird...
Arkham City, Rocksteady basically gave WB Games like the fucking code, and they're like, here, you can just use this as a base.
Well, WB already had the code too because they made Arkham City Armored Edition for the Wii U.
Mm.
A lot of gameplay mechanics that are in Wii U are kind of similar in Origins, like the shock gloves and stuff like that. So it's really goofy. But there's a bunch of like weird bugs you can find throughout all of Arkham Origins. I remember like this one when I was a kid when I kept doing the Deathstroke boss fight and I couldn't get through it. Where if you like went into the like menu and you like exited out of it, it would restore all of your shields. It was like really goofy.
oh yeah,
That was on like the 360 version, yeah.
I played the Wii U version.
Where is my wrench? I literally put Gray Street at #1. Oh yeah, you did do that. All right, I'll give you your wrench back.
Begging for Janny, bro.
Begging for
Couldn't be
Janny.
me.
Oh hey Franco. Hold on, I gotta fix this real quick.
James Franco.
No, not James Franco. Regular Franco.
I used to watch that because apparently he's a pretty good actor. He was Tommy Wiseau in
Oh, give
the
me a second.
Disaster
I gotta pick up a phone call. Damn it.
Disaster.
Yeah,
Disaster Artist.
he's a decent actor minus all the alleged rapes.
Oh lol.
yeah.
Wait, did someone say rape?
It's time!
Bro, I'm so that Utori 4 stuff still
Bro,
so
Blade
hilarious,
Drive's
bro.
great. Blade Drive's great.
bro.
I don't... No, because that person in
All right,
general,
I'm back.
you could tell, based on their tweets and stuff, that they wanted to be a victim.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
the-
definitely, for sure.
Like, they would tweet out, like, their face and shit, knowing they're, like, a hideous, grotesque, transgender monster.
Jesus.
That
All right.
That way, like, when people are in the replies calling them hideous, they can then, like, griff or something and be like, guys, I look great, right, guys? All that, like, it's all, like, a whole ploy.
Oh yeah.
Did
It's
he
like,
calling
"Yeah,
Mike
guys,
from
guys,
prison? Not true. Holy shit,
it's like,
that
"Oh
person
my
went
God, no,
flying.
you're hacking beautiful. I was like,
Oh, the other thing with this game is that there is a massive plot hole that theoretically could retcon parts of Asylum. One of the things in Asylum is in the interview tapes, it's like explicitly stated that Harley Quinn and Joker met in Arkham Asylum, but in here they meet and it's Blackgate. So-
Yeah, there's like, well, I feel like a lot of things in Asylum get automatically decanonized. Like, a lot of the character descriptions and designs are
Oh
automatically
no, all of the
thrown
character
out a window.
bios are just not canon.
Yeah.
They're just not.
Yeah,
They have
because
to-
like they use Black Mask as a character bio in Asylum, but he's like
Well,
dead
he
by the time
existed.
that game happens.
No, he's
No,
in.
he was alive, and then
Yeah, he's in Arkham City.
technically speaking, he probably isn't even dead in like the Arkham universe now, because they have Red Hood kill him off at that DLC, but it's like well-known Black Mask character, like uses aliases and stuff like, well, not aliases, but you have people like dress up as him.
Yeah.
Because that's like what he did in this game when Joker came in. He had the guy that went through the front door while he went through the back.
open. No, open at 10 a.m.
But yeah,
Yeah.
none of the character bios in Arkham Asylum are canon at all, because it has like Hugo Strange in there and Hush and all that, and it's established that those characters aren't present at all until City.
Yeah, pretty much. Especially
Those are
Hush.
Yeah, those were they're more for like comic book.
Bro,
fans.
my cape is going crazy right now. This guy
I think
just.
it's so goofy.
What's the code?
I think it's so goofy how they like, because you can tell that between Arkham Knight and Arkham City there was a writer change. Because Paul Dini like obviously wanted to do more with Hush and all that for Arkham Knight, and then he gets wasted for like a side mission.
Yeah.
That was so goofy.
Yeah.
Also, I like this design for Batman. I like the armored suit.
What do you think of this Killer Croc design?
I don't know. I kind of like when when he has like this a crocodile snout. Like I like those designs.
I don't like when he has the snout because that makes him too much like the lizard.
Oh, first.
I think one thing that I appreciate about this game is they show that like he isn't as monstrous now as he is in like the later games and stuff like that. To show that it's kind of like slowly over time he's becoming more and more like an animal.
Yeah, and then in City it was
He's
like,
just like a large dude with a skin condition.
and then in Night it was like further advanced because of whatever tests they were doing on him.
Yeah.
In fact,
I think from an actual gameplay perspective, Arkham Knight's like objectively the best. There's just so much stuff that you can do, and it's like through every playthrough you kind of can learn something new, or like a new mechanic. But you can tell that Paul Dini wasn't a writer in that, and the story's like a lot weaker. Like the Arkham Knight could have been like so much better.
Yeah, there's things about Arkham Knight that could have been better. Although, I think I do like it second most in the series.
I think I probably go City, then Origins, then Night, then Asylum, in like order.
I would say
I
that's
don't know if
fair.
that's controversial or not.
I would say, yo, what's up, Franco? I would say for me it would be City, Night, and then I probably put Origins and Asylum neck to neck personally.
I would say, for me, it would be Night, City.
You've never played any of these
Origins,
games.
and
Yeah, I'd say a Knight just has a lot of weird story plot lines that like it needed a lot of refinement with it. I wish Paul Dini was still a writer on it. I think it would have been a lot better if he was. But from an actual gameplay, like I can just go into that game and play it after not doing it for a while, and it just feels like second nature.
And it looks
And it's kind
beautiful
of similar
too.
to City too, but it's
No,
just not
it
as
still holds up
in-depth
to
as
this
it is.
day.
Yeah.
What did it come out like 2015?
Yep.
And it still looks amazing.
But Arkham City even still holds up. I mean, it's just like these games are like really well designed.
also on Lego Batman.
Lego
Yeah,
Batman.
Batman's pretty good too.
Have you watched the
But
movie?
one thing I really appreciate about these games is that they're kind of established to be kind of like they're pretty timeless. Like there's no dates ever really established in anything other than like the month and the day. But there's never like a
Yeah.
year shown or anything. So it's not like something where it's like a period piece or anything. Where like you go
Yeah.
back and it's like, oh, this is
Yeah. One of my favorite things about these games is when they just have the inmates talking shit.
Yeah.
Like I was just playing City earlier today, and it's after you fight Freeze and you're outside of the steel mill, and they're just like these two goons are just arguing about like, okay, but was Nora Freeze hot? Like, was the wife hot? It's like, bro, she was ice. That's what she looked like. She was in a block of ice. It's like, okay, yeah, but aside from that, was she hot? You know, she was kind of hot in like a half-dead sort of way. It was like absolute insanity.
you gotta imagine too, these guys are in
Tyrone
prison.
was
They
there,
never
bro.
you gotta imagine these guys are in prison. They're not getting anything at all, you know?
Well, that's what he said. He's like, oh man, I've been stuck in the city so long, I'll take anything.
It's like I saw someone complaining about how, cause I think there's one of the games you play like Harley Quinn, and like when you're walking around, like the prisoners like are talking about raping you, and it's like, and people are complaining about that. It's like, what do you mean they're like prisoners, bro? Like
Yeah, I think
They're
it's
horrible
it's like
people. They're gonna
Catwoman.
say horrible stuff.
They say horrible things. It's like people like it's like when people were some like, I think we talked about it earlier, but like people like oh, why are people simping for the Karen lady from the Moon Girl show? She's literally a transphobe. It's like you people literally goons like the villains from My Hero Academia. Please, and like they've like murdered hundreds of people. Like
Some of those people like sinful actual serial killers, like Ted
no,
Bundy.
literally like that kid who ran over a mother and her child during a street race. Like there was like a whole campaign for him. They're like,
Yeah, you wanna know
he's,
what car that
he's too hot for jail. I was like, kill yourself.
you know I wanna know what car that guy was driving, by the way?
What?
A Mustang. It's every time.
days.
They do it.
Speaking of cars, have you bought any cars in Fortnite? Just one now? Since you're a big car head.
I have the Cybertruck in Fortnite, that's about it.
Oh yeah, that's the only one. I have that one as well, only because it was free.
Wait,
Yeah, I
the
don't-
Cybertrucks in Fortnite?
Yeah, it was like
yeah.
as part of
Okay.
like some summer you could do like some questions and summer you can get it for free.
What's up, Mike the P Diddy party goer? Not true. Not a true fact.
It's true. I saw you.
Did he or did he not?
This is
Did he do
stupid.
it or did he not?
Does
Did
he
he do
know?
it?
don't think he did it. I think the government's just trying to put away another innocent black man, right?
As they
I
should.
know, right?
Whoa,
Hey
whoa,
yo,
whoa.
bro. Why are you taking shots?
I still love that quote from Riley. It's like every famous black man who gets
No, what about the
on
quote from that
yellow.
guy from the one that me and Nerdy John covered on his channel? The
Oh my
everyone
fucking God.
everyone is afraid of black people.
It's like, bro,
All you do is riot and burn the countries.
bro, it's like that meme. It's like all girls know to do is be bisexual, eat hot chip, and lie.
Well, that's actually true.
True.
White girls are the most racist.
Oh God.
No, that's not how the quote goes. The quote is white women are the most loose.
Nah.
Internet J.
Oh yeah,
Is
Internet
that
Jay
necessarily a
said
bad
that.
thing?
Yeah, that's what I said.
This is
So
definite.
idiot,
This
I
what
love
does he say? This is certainly susser than a character from Among Us.
Yeah, it was truly more sus than the character.
Truly more sus. That's what he says.
And the Mega Man boss, the classic Mega Man boss, like the level start theme was playing.
Oh yeah.
Yo, no, yeah, bro. Internet Jay needs to come back, man. I miss
Yeah, he needs to come back with his cap.
Yo, is that Sonic as Batman?
Yes.
Is that actually Rick Smith?
Yeah,
Oh,
that is Roger Cake Smith.
Yeah, he actually does
Why
pretty
is
good with
Bat-
it. He's also the voice of it in the new VR game Arkham Shadow.
I know he's also Chris Redfield in Resident Evil.
Yeah.
And he was Captain America for some time during the animated in one of the animated shows.
No,
I know a
yes.
lot of people associate Arkham Origins with like the best boss fights out of any of the games in the series, but it's really just because the boss fights in all the Arkham games aren't that creative. They're all very similar.
Yeah.
No, the Asylum bosses sucked.
No, for sure.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
all basically just modified version of the Titan ones, except Poison
Ah.
Ivy, which Poison Ivy
It
sucked.
did it. Jesus.
It's really just that the Deathstroke one in this game was done so well.
Oh yeah, that's
that
like
that's why people associate this.
that's
as, like,
easily one of the best fights in the whole series, if not the best.
I'd say it's the best fight in the whole game.
The thing is, I do have like, it could just be nostalgia, but I just prefer the Mr. Freeze fight.
It is 10. It's come up to 10:30 or so.
The thing with the Mr. Freeze boss fight is that you do it once and it's complicated, but if you go through a second playthrough, it's so easy.
Well, yeah. I don't want to say anything about how good I am at the Deathstroke fight, just in case I do terribly on stream.
Oh, don't jinx yourself.
Yeah, no, go on. Tell us how good you are, Mike.
Look, alright, people don't understand. It's harder to game when you're streaming, alright? Nice IGN gameplay. Fuck you. No, literally, like, I beat this guy. No, not that anyone's gonna believe me. But I beat this guy without taking any damage when I was playing it just to, like, see how it ran. And now he's giving me all this fucking shit.
I assume at least all the bosses are like well designed on like you don't have to like cheese you don't have to like cheese into people.
Kingdom Hearts.
Mike, watch carnivore you.
Alright, buddy.
Like one of the bosses I hate is like Data Demix from Kingdom Hearts 2. Like I cannot beat him.
What do you mean? That's the best fight in the whole game.
Bro, I can't beat him without using the speedrun strat.
Oh, I love using the speedrunner strat on him.
It's a little, but like I don't like using it because like it's the only way I can beat him. And it's like
Yeah,
I
but
don't-
it's...
I don't like the fact that
You don't
that
feel
I
cool when you just go wisdom form on him and just spam
No.
fire?
fires it. It's cool, but it's
Like, seeing that health bar just drop like crazy, that's satisfying as
yeah.
hell. Only boss of me is me.
That's like the only way to beat. It's like his 100 form, his 100 clone thing.
Yeah. Dance, water, dance. Nice AG. Oh, I already read that. Rip to the man meme creator. Oh, yeah. That guy died.
Who did?
The guy who created the man meme passed away, apparently.
Oh, that sucks. What did he pass away
Oh.
Being Batman.
from?
I don't know.
Well, I love Michael Keaton though. He's-
One thing that's weird about I always felt about Gordon's design in Arkham Knight is I feel like he looks younger than he did in City and in Asylum.
He's quite young.
Well, in this game, he's captain, right?
No, not this game. I'm saying in Night.
No, I'm specifically talking about this game.
Oh yeah, no, this game he's Captain Gordon or something. He's non-Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, because Loeb gets murdered at the beginning.
Justified.
It was justified.
Gee, man. Okay, Andrew's not here yet, so
Oh, Andrew Tate's not there yet.
no. I'm talking about Andrew from Majora's Mask. Cause I'm doing the Andrew cafe side quest. Not the full. I'm just doing it to get a bottle, and then because you can't do it proper fully until you get the hook shot.
No, it's going to be a long night, Alfred. I just ran into a human shape. Told me Black Mask has hired assassins to kill me.
Yeah, because in the Arkham timeline, when Origins take place, how long has Bruce been Batman?
2 years.
2 years. Okay.
Well, the entirety of the Arkham series takes place in 10 years. Which I think that was a mistake to say that. I think that's way too little time for all of what happens to happen.
Oh, well, that was like the New 52 problem. Because, like, for those of you who don't know, the New 52 was like the soft reboot for DC.
Yeah.
And what they did was, like, oh, yeah, all the heroes are heroes now. Like, they're like everyone's starting up
They've all
their
been
superhero career. Except for Batman, who's been operating as a superhero for 5 years, but somehow he still has 3 Robins.
Yeah, like
Well, the way that they did it in Arkham specifically, and they established this in Arkham Shadow, Dick Grayson's like way older. Like he starts out being Robin when he's like 15 or 16, and it's only Robin for like a year or two, and then Jason Todd's only Robin for like 6 months. And then
God
from like
damn,
a little
that's
bit
bad.
before Asylum to, and then basically for the rest of the games, it's just Tim Drake the whole time. So it's like 6 months before Arkham Asylum, and then beyond that.
You see, like 6 months, I feel like that's not a whole lot of time for like Bruce and Jason's relationship to really establish.
what am I supposed to be doing right now? Oh.
Yeah, like he's barely Robin in the Arkham universe. It's like insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I think it could have just been better if they were just like, oh, it takes place within 15 years. Like,
give him a lot more leg room.
just a little bit more time.
Yeah, because like I think in the comics, Dick doesn't become Robin till like year 3, year 4.
Year 3, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
He becomes Robin about a year after this game.
Well, he's saying in the comics, but yeah,
Basically-
year 3.
Basically, what happens is the events of this game, then the events of Arkham Origins Blackgate, then the events of Arkham Shadow, then Dick Grayson becomes Robin.
So Shadow takes place between this game and Asylum.
Yes.
I wish I could play that game. Fuck.
It's apparently quite good. I've seen all the spoilers for it.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good. I wish there would be like just like a non-VR first-person version of the game, just to play through it.
I imagine that'd be kind of clunky.
Maybe.
Black Mask isn't messing around.
I think part of why
VR games like Astro Bot.
I would really appreciate if Rocksteady, if they ever decide to make another Batman game, they decide to decanonize the Suicide Squad, because Suicide Squad totally ruins Batman's, the rest of
remember when
Batman's life.
Deathstroke was supposed to be part of the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I love Will Smith, bro.
No, not the movie.
I still have not watched either movie. And
The second movie's pretty good. The James Gunn one.
Yeah,
I think
I always
honestly,
say, I always say,
what they
except
should
from one
do-
friend who actually likes the first one, doesn't like the second one.
Who is this friend of yours?
An IRL friend of mine.
Tell them they're wrong.
Many assassinations. Dangerous, but reckless.
Yo, the fake Deadshot, as established in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, he's technically a Deadshot from another universe, and not the real one for some reason.
Shiva. Her skill is
Has anyone watched Young Justice?
I watched a little bit of
Young
it.
Justice was pretty good.
I love Young Justice, bro.
Big
I
games
stopped watching
about it
around.
again.
I stopped watching around like season 3. I don't know. Season 3 was like kind of like boring. I don't know.
Dude, I would watch Young Justice, and then I would watch Ben 10, because they would have those on back to back.
Yeah.
Dude, it's fucking awesome.
Like Young Justice was weird. Like one thing, I think one part I was very weirded about was like about Superboy and Mitch Martian getting back together. I was kind of like weirded out about it because I feel like Superboy was like extremely justified to like dump her.
Isn't there a season? Maybe this is season 3, but like, there's a season where she like gets with a polyamorous like fish dude.
Oh, see, that's season 2. So yeah, between season 1 and season 2, he breaks up with her because basically he doesn't like the way she abuses her powers to get information out of people. And I think she did it to him as well.
Make them tell me what they know.
He basically broke up with her, reasonably broke up with her. After that.
Yeah,
Then she gets-
justifiable.
Yeah. Then she gets with the Atlantean called Lagan, aka Lagoon Boy.
Mhm.
But I think they break up during season 2. And then Superboy proposes to her in season 3.
And then Lagoon Boy gets with like, cause like through like TikTok, I got recommended some of the clips, and it's like there was a weird one where he's like kissing a husband and the wife.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I don't know about it, bro.
I like the
I think
I like the
that was one of
conflict.
the HBO Max seasons.
I like the conflict between Alfred and Bruce in this game.
Oh, 'cause Alfred's
I wonder
he's
I wonder if
kicking
the if the Batman took any inspiration from this for that.
Yeah.
Alfred was great in the Batman, bro.
The Batman's a
Well,
great
one thing
movie.
is in the Batman, it doesn't seem like Alfred's as like he's not necessarily like against like him having his whole crusade and all that. He's more against the idea of him just like abandoning Bruce Wayne entirely.
Yeah, abandoning his like
Meanwhile,
life.
this one's like, hey. Meanwhile, in this one, he's like, hey, you're in over your head. There's like 8 assassins after you, and you're like trying to take them all down in one night.
Yo, vigilante? Wait a minute. Is that supposed to be him before he gets the suit? Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
year 0.
Right, who do I want to train as? The Hassan one.
Bro, seeing his on Cope is just so funny.
The PS3.
Oh,
version
white
of the
power
game
Batman.
had
Let's
the-
go.
Yo,
The
Hey,
PS3
yo.
version, the PS3 version of the game had the Adam West costume as an exclusive. I think you can mod it into the game now.
That's
actually
cool.
watched a few episodes of the Adam West Batman.
I had
Was
the
this-
movie on
is this
VHS.
Is this White Lantern? Is this White Lantern Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have the Yellow
No,
Lantern
it's
Batman
Ku Klux
in
Klan Batman.
Oh yeah, true. This is
Yellow
Grand
Lantern, Hal Jordan was
Grand
so stupid.
Wizard Batman.
Oh, you talking about Injustice?
Yeah, Injustice. Yellow Lantern, Hal Jordan was so stupid.
Well, you have to realize it was pre-New 52 Injustice when it started. So one thing is that Hal Jordan used to be Parallax. So I think that was kind of what they were trying to reference with that.
Yeah, because he can fall for temptation.
Yo, what's up, Nix?
Yeah.
And then like, oh, I forget the writer's name, but like
I could have done so much better. We got to redo that.
when when there was a guy who took over for like the Green Lantern books, and he's like, Hal Jordan's the greatest Green Lantern of all time. Screw Kyle Rayner. Screw John Stewart. They suck compared to Hal Jordan.
I used to watch Green Lantern the animated series, so
Oh, that show was good. Yeah.
yeah.
The 3D one, yeah, it was underappreciated.
Yeah. Because I know Razor came back in Young Justice.
Yeah, that's what they did. They made it where it's like canon to that same universe somehow.
Oh, there's a lot of people who believe that Teen Titans Robin and the Batman 2004 Robin are the same person.
Which I can see.
2004, like Teen Titans Robin was a fucking
Bro,
Dude, that he was willing to kill someone in cold blood. He's fucking lucky it was like an ink monster type
I
thing.
watched a video about Slade and like, bro, he made Robin crazy. He made Robin even crazier than you.
Oh, for sure. I remember growing up watching that Teen Titans show. That was so dramatic, but it was great.
Yeah. Although it's weird because like they couldn't refer to Deathstroke as Deathstroke. That's why they called him Slade. But
Yeah.
like Teen Titans Go is able to refer to him as Deathstroke no problem. Like 10 years
Let's
later.
go.
That's
a lot
'cause-
of those rules got lightened up in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
That's why.
I remember when because I was already, I think, in high school or out of high school when regular show came out, and I heard them say crap on the TV, and I'm like, did they just say crap on Cartoon Network?
Yeah.
I was so blown away.
It was meant to be an Adult Swim show.
Oh, was it?
And yeah, like, and you can see, like, for example, like, you can see where characters get drunk off of like soda and
Wings.
like, yeah, soda and wings stuff like that. Like, it's very clearly like
Oh,
meant
I
to
gotta
be
restart. Fuck.
for adults, but they have to like tone stuff down for the sake
Yeah, regular show was an awesome.
Regular show from the little I saw was great. Gumball was the one
Hey.
that I was like,
Wait,
fuck, I wish they had this when I was a kid.
Dude, it was.
Hell yeah.
it
It
was
was
for
way
my
better
top-
as a
my-
Cartoon Network show than an Adult Swim show.
You don't know anything.
Dude, my top.
I literally
Cartoon
watched it
Network
when I
shows-
grew up, bro.
Oh,
my
you don't
co-
have the
my-
blade dodge takedown unlocked.
No, I don't.
Oh. My favorite Cartoon Network shows, like the prime lineup, was regular show, Adventure Time, The Amazing World of Gumball. When they had it, the Clone Wars, Generation Rex,
Generator X, yeah.
Generator X, yeah, and then there was obviously Ben 10, Young
Ben 10.
Justice, like that.
I remember.
And Mystery Incorporated. The
Oh, yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
Oh yeah, that show was the shit. That show had like phenomenal lore.
when
Mystery
I was a kid,
Incorporated.
I loved watching My Life as a Teenage Robot. That was one of my favorites.
I was a little bit before my time.
Animal.
I watched the reruns of that.
Does anyone remember that one Nickelodeon show with that little kid superhero? Not Danny Phantom, with that little Mexican superhero.
Oh, LT.
Oh,
Oh,
LT
LT Gray.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, I was thinking something
remember
completely
watching that. That was
What
a
were you
good show.
thinking of?
Ooh.
I was thinking of Fanboy and Chum Chum.
Same
Oh,
with-
Oh, not
that was-
that
fanboy.
was
God,
amazing,
I
dog.
hated
show
that
was
so much. That
Bro,
was
that
like.
was the original Pain Rot.
No, you know what was more annoying? Johnny Test.
I love Johnny
Bro, I
Test.
watched
I'm
that
sorry, I
Johnny
love
the
Johnny
fucking
Test.
the whip
This was
cracks.
so Johnny Test was hilarious.
Remember when Beyblades was on Cartoon Network every morning?
Beyblade.
I remember that.
Beyblade,
Beyblade.
Bro,
Bakugan,
Johnny Test was one of
Monsuno.
those fetish shows where the fucking animators clearly had
Yeah,
some
really?
crazy
Hell yeah,
shit going
bro.
on. Like when they made
Maybe
Johnny
I didn't-
Test,
I didn't notice that.
when they made Johnny Test turn into like a fucking girl.
Oh, yo.
Oh my God.
I was like,
No,
that's
Joe
not-
was another example that totally spies, bro. That was that show,
That was
that entire
the-
show.
Dude, that was on that
the
was on
writers,
4
this
Kids
guy's-
too. That was the funny thing.
Yeah,
That
it
show was
the
the
Canadian
whole-
show's just weird. Okay.
oh, can I
Daily
wear?
production.
Wait, I thought can I wear suits out in the main game?
Nope.
Oh,
You notice how there's no add option in the corner next to the back button? You have to complete the story, and then you can unlock it. And if you're playing a new game plus, you can use any of the skins.
that's so
Yeah.
gay. All right.
But Arkham Knight is the only game where you can actually use the skins throughout the story, and it'll show up in the cutscenes, because all the cutscenes are generated in real time in Arkham Knight, but they're not in any of the other games.
Yeah, in City you can wear the costumes, but in certain cutscenes they won't let it show.
So,
think
during story cutscenes
Yeah.
specifically, all of those are pre-generated, but during side mission cutscenes, all of those are generated in real time.
Yeah, I got to talk to
Gotcha.
Bane in the animated costume.
I think the
Um,
reason for that is because of Wonder Tower. It's if it shows up in the background and it's not blown up. If it's like a pre-generated cutscene, it'd be like a whole thing.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
No, I understand the reason why.
all the Batwing cutscenes are also pre-generated. That's why no matter what suit you have, it'll always show up in the default, no matter what mode you're in.
Guys,
I think
wanna-
Arkham Knight had the best Batman Beyond costume.
No, it wasn't like Batman Beyond really. It was like too. I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's too
I think
armored.
Cities was better.
I don't know. City looked a bit goofy to me.
I liked Cities. It was a little goofy, but I just used the same like I was just like assuming this is like the older Batman wearing this version of the suit.
I feel like the thing with the suit is that it obviously wasn't intended for something that's supposed to look like real life. That's like the whole thing.
Yeah,
So
he's like
kinda
really
lean into that
slim.
instead of making something that doesn't even look like it really.
That's a great shot. Oh, so we just finished. Well, I already seen it, but I just finished watching the Penguin with all these guys.
Good show.
Yeah, an amazing show.
I never watched it.
I was
It's good.
I was DMing Ghost Shark while we were watching it. I was like, "Yo, these guys are not ready for Vic."
I'm still, Batman needs to come in there and just beat the shit out
Bro,
of
he
Penguin.
needs to do the
Yeah.
the fucking Arkham beatdown on him.
with the multi combo. Yeah.
And throw him.
I think it'd be a cool detail if instead of saying I'm Vengeance in like this movie he says I'm Knight to like reference it, and then in the final movie he goes I'm Batman, and just like in each movie progressively it goes down to each one.
That'd be cool if they can find a way to like make that naturally work where he says I'm the knight in the next one.
Yeah.
Maybe that could just be part of his diary. You know, it's like I am or journal. Sorry,
Yeah, dude, those diary journals really added a lot to it.
they were awesome. Like way he like keeps personifying himself. He's like, I'm an animal. I'm like I am the darkness. I am the shadows. Like it was such a great way, and I don't think they made it so far that he sounded like narcissistic while talking about it. It was just like the mindset he's in.
I think the big thing, I've rewatched all the Batman movies, and I have a lot of nostalgia for the Dark Knight movies because obviously those are the ones I grew up with. But I think the Batman is like objectively a better film.
I think the Dark
Like,
Knight. I think the Dark Knight might be the best, like on its own as a movie. But if you're talking about specifically like a Batman movie, I don't think anything beats the Batman.
There's a lot of weird plot inconsistencies with like the Dark Knight and a lot of things, like specifically like the no killing rule and all that.
Yeah.
Pretty much every other movie, it's kind of like a no killing kind of sometimes rule. Michael Keaton's Batman just straight up kills people all the time.
He just bro in Batman what's the second one, Returns, he just throws a guy with a bomb. He's just like he just not give a fuck
too. Like he
did.
Yeah, he just doesn't care.
I'm not gonna kill you, but I'm not gonna save you.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, well you just killed him definitely. He killed Two-Face in The Dark Knight. He basically permanently crippled Bane. I mean, I'm pretty sure Bane didn't make it past like the end of Dark Knight Rises.
Wasn't
his whole
that
mask
Ra's al Ghul that got exploded in the train? I was like,
yeah, that was Batman Begins.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
although nothing's worse than
bro,
Ben Affleck's Batman.
Batman in the comics has literally taken bullets for Joker. So like the whole like, oh, I'm not gonna kill you, but I don't have to save you would not fly with comic Batman.
Yeah. Well, even like in Arkham games, Batman's like very specific. Like, no, I'm not gonna kill it all ever.
Yeah.
I think the only exception is with Ra's al Ghul in Arkham Knight. But even then, that was up to the player, and that was more of like a moral dilemma of is he really alive, or are you just like reviving someone to the point where he's not even human anymore?
Yeah. Although I think canonically he probably wouldn't have let Ra's die even then.
Well, you gotta think he was under the effects of the Joker toxin during then. And like the whole time he was like, he very much wanted to, like, he was getting more brutal and stuff like that. And if you like defeat Penguin before you beat the game, there's like literally a whole plot point where he's like, I'm going to kill you if you don't shut up. Like that was like literally just what he said.
Yeah.
So it's like he might have done it depending on if you did it before or after you finished the main story.
I wonder if because I feel like the whole reason why they showed him tossing away the ID for Vic is that Vic is not going to be like remembered going forward. So I wonder if he will at all be referenced in Batman Part 2. I'm assuming
Probably
no.
not.
I'm assuming no.
Now this
Yeah,
is a
probably not.
question.
I think one thing they said is that they were open to a season 2 of the Penguin. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said specifically they said if the script is good, and you know that's like normal jargon talk, right? But with how respectful they've been not only to the source material but to the writing of this series so far, I actually believe them when they say, "Oh, it depends if the script is good."
No, Mike, you don't understand. These guys are woke. They're not real comic.
Oh yeah, Ben Shapiro told us that the people that made this actually hate Batman.
Really? What? Wait, what? Okay, I'm just curious. What was Why did Ben Shapiro think that?
Ben Shapiro thought that this was a movie made by people who don't like Batman, and like his conclusion for the ending was that the lesson is that Batman is not supposed to fight criminals, which is obviously not at all the lesson.
No, like the whole thing at the end of the movie is sort of like he's like so increasingly violent. He's using nothing with his resources to help people at all. That like he's inspired the violence. It's not that like he shouldn't be fighting crime. It's that like
yeah,
he
of
literally
course.
is like causing this problem.
Like obviously he needs to still be physical and do things like that. That's not. There's no point in the movie where it's saying that he shouldn't. It's saying that he needs to be more than vengeance. He needs to be hope. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you know, according to a certain person that me and Mike reacted to, you know, all this Bruce Wayne is, he's just an emo kid who listens to gay Nirvana all day.
Yeah, no, so Spano, me and Nerdy John found this guy. We did like an hour-long video on Nerdy John's channel where we basically this guy he did a 7-minute video about how Penguin is woke, and like 2 minutes into the video he's like, I have not. I decided to not see the show after I heard that they changed his name to Oz Cobb. And it's like,
That was kind of a stupid decision, but it really affects nothing with the plot
I
at all.
think I don't. It would depend on what the writers say the reason for that change is. If the reason is simply that we changed it to Cobb because he's American and not English, that would be fine for me. That's what I assume the reason is. Because in the comics he's English. That's why they gave him, Cobblepot as a name. So Oz Cobb as like this Italian American dude, I feel makes more sense. But like
my big guess with it was going to be at the end when he was going to start calling himself Cobblepot to try to make himself more formal, but that didn't happen.
They could do that at the start of part 2. I could see them doing that.
Yeah. I mean, the show doesn't really enter politics at all. I don't understand how anyone would think that, like, really.
So when at the start of our video, I was like, oh, he's probably gonna point out that there's trans people and that the main side character is Afro Latino, and like I was plotting out all the things that I thought that guy was gonna say, only for him to 2 minutes in to just be like, I haven't seen it, and I'm like, oh,
but here's
okay.
the thing: does any of that stuff even actually matter? It's not like
of course
it's like,
not.
oh yeah, here are all the people Vic are around, and it's also like. Or not Vic. Oz is around, and it's like at the end of it, he's literally like shown to just be like a terrible, deplorable person. So it's like, okay.
Yeah,
but that's the thing.
He's
it's
not
like
awful because he's white. He's just an awful person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, that doesn't like. It's the same like quartering type rage baiting stuff where it's like it's just being triggered on the opposite side of the aisle. It's like, oh, there's like I remember I was hearing, and it wasn't a loud, resounding opinion that was going around. But there were some people that were saying that the Penguin was woke because episode 4 focused on the female character, and the show's called Penguin. And I'm like,
episode 4 was the best episode of the whole time.
Yeah,
It's the best episode,
like,
bro.
even though
we need to kill Dr. Umar.
right, yeah.
Oh
no,
my God.
and like what was it? Everyone points towards like Selena's like part where she says we need to get rid of all the rich white guys, but it's like obviously like. In the movie, she's shown as like the extreme that Batman should not be, right? And then also too, like character-wise, it makes sense for her character to think that because she's the daughter of a black prostitute who got killed, and justice was not served for her.
Yeah, like it makes it's my defense of it is 1, it makes sense for her character, and 2, it's a single line in the whole movie. Like I don't think that represents the views of the entire movie.
Well, I think the other thing is supposed to show that she doesn't even realize that, like, the person helping her does kind of apply for all those things, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's the irony of it.
Bruce Wayne directly when she talks about that.
Well, she does say, you must have grown up white. I mean, not white. You must have grown up rich. Fuck, I just did a Bidenism.
Bro, that is so insane. The fact anyone thought he was going to win, he was going to win.
Poor kids should have just as much chances as white kids.
Yeah, I was like, bro, what the hell?
I mean, he's not wrong.
I wrote in Joe Biden personally. I don't know how the guy didn't win.
Based. But no, if you want a good laugh, I would recommend watching Ben Shapiro's coverage. I'm waiting for EFAP to cover the Penguin because Mahler on Twitter, he said he really liked it, and he's hypercritical. Like he ended up giving like The Batman a 5 out of 10, but that's just because he's like super hypercritical on objective like ratings. Like he said he did enjoy the movie, but like when he rates things, he rates them on a very objective level. So that's why
I really like The Batman personally because
I think the only
actual detective side of Batman, which is hardly ever highlighted nowadays.
I think the only like plot hole that ever bothers me when I watch The Batman is how and I can't excuse it still, but it's how the Penguin never gets arrested. But I can make the excuse that like probably his connections to Falcone just allow him to keep getting out. Because he doesn't.
Well, the other thing is also like
his relationships with them don't get
just
ruined
gets,
till
like
the
fucking
end.
like nuclear bombed basically and fucking flooded constantly. So it's like there's so much other shit going on. It's like who cares?
Well, that's at the very end, but like when the whole fucking car race happens,
they just leave him.
They just leave him. You sons of bitches! Bro, the
Well,
Penguin is
no,
just
the
like me
Batman's
for
also
real.
woke because there are 3 black characters that are good guys.
Yeah, and all the bad
Here's the thing,
characters
if they
are
would've-
white.
If they would have arrested Penguin in that scene and taken him to the GCP, because you gotta remember at that point Batman is wanted by the GCPD, because that's like the whole scene where he had to like glide away and stuff like that. He
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
just would have immediately got out of jail, and also Gordon would have had to explain how he arrested the Penguin and all that.
Yeah, no, I mean you can come
So-
up with reasons. Like again, it's not a huge plot hole for me, but it's the one that like if someone said it bothered them, I'd be like, yeah, I guess that's fair. But it's not like a huge like game ender plot hole for me. I'm so glad that the Penguin turned out as good as it did. Like literally every episode.
Oh, this shot's immaculate. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's a
one right
great
there.
shot.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, you want to talk about great shots? When I saw the ending of the Penguin and they showed the bat symbol, that was like immediately in my head. I could just see that as like a comic panel, like at the very end of like a villain-centered comic, where like just how it is in the show, where he's like, "Yeah, I'm number one. Nothing's gonna stop me now, Batman."
Yeah.
Ending was weird, bro.
Oh no, he's twisted as fuck, bro.
He's gonna Oedipus complex, bro. I feel like he's gonna eat an Oedipus complex.
No,
Yeah.
definitely.
Bro, that one motherfucker was right. What's his name? Who's the one guy?
You talking about Sal?
No, I'm talking about like with the mommy thing that was going on with him.
Oh, Rex.
Well, yeah, that. But what? No, it's like it was like the scientist guy.
Rush, Dr. Rush.
No, I'm talking about like in real life
Oh,
Oh, Sigmund Freud.
Yeah, it's like the Freudian thing that he always says. That was what that end scene was. Just like by far. Yeah.
Also, you know, if that girlfriend is still in part 2, you know she's gonna betray him somehow.
Well, she kind of already did.
yeah, she
Well,
already.
no, I mean like on a bigger scale, she's gonna betray him.
I thought when I first saw her, I thought he was gonna kill her because I thought he knew. I was like, oh shit, he's not done killing people yet.
Yeah, and then it was like, oh, I wish he did kill her.
Bro, for real. I totally get like on her end, she literally is just a survivor. She's gonna do whatever the fuck she has to. And now she literally has like the fucking kingpin of Gotham. Like wrapped around, well, not wrapped around her finger, but like, you know, in her good graces.
As her top client.
Yeah.
Well,
I know, I think
I love this because usually when we get media focusing on villains, they usually have to demonize one of the characters that were previously like one of the good guys, so that way the villain looks better.
Yeah, they always make him
But,
an
like,
anti-hero.
Yeah, but with
Yeah, well-
this, it's like they give you some of like Oz's reasonings and justifications for his actions, and you understand them, but you still disagree with him at the end of the day.
But you
or-
don't necessarily even understand him. He just wants power. He's not justified
Yeah,
in
because
any way in what he's doing.
The bigger point of the whole show is that everything he kept making, like he was playing the audience as well. Every time you thought, oh wow, he really it does care about the smaller guy. No, he doesn't. He cares about being able to manipulate the smaller guy. And what better way to manipulate them to then think, hey man, your bosses don't care about you, but I care about you. That's literally what he did. That's
like,
why
at the
like
end of the day,
that's why he didn't warn any of his guys that the bomb was there. He's just like, fuck, I gotta get out of here. Like, because he doesn't care. He doesn't care about anybody.
the only person that was like totally in the right was Sophia the whole time. Like she did like one bad thing, and that was going after Oz's mother. But it's like at this point with what Oz has done, is that even like she didn't kill her or anything.
Well, she no.
So, like,
She also
she-
commit the
No,
the
she
kid.
she bombed. No, the worst thing she did is bomb all of. Well, not all of, but she bombed a significant portion of Crown Point, which definitely killed
Oh,
people.
I forgot about that. Yeah, but at that point, wasn't it like largely abandoned too?
No, they said that there were people that died in that. Like the thing is, they do a good job. Like Sophia is the most in the right, but they they do a good job of having. I think the only character that is truly the most moral is Vic.
Yeah.
And he ends up paying for it because you know he
Either that or
trusted the wrong
Sal.
guy.
But even then, Sal was like the mobster guy.
Well,
It's just
yeah,
that he doesn't
Sal-
really do anything.
Like we don't see Sal do anything that bad in the show, but we can just infer that he's done some terrible shit.
Yeah.
He's not a serial killer like Falcone was.
Well, yeah.
And he
He's-
actually did care about his family, but like, yeah,
Bro, that
you know,
scene-
he probably
That scene when he's trying to eat after Sophia says that his son was right, that hits hard, bro. Like, fuck. Everyone there did. I don't think there was a single person that I felt like their acting wasn't up to snuff. I think everyone brought their A game.
yeah.
Like, I hope all
we
of those
wa-
people get like.
And,
It's
like, the
impossible for
best
all of
part
them
is-
to get nominated, but I hope a good portion of them get nominated for
Right,
something.
and like
I
I feel
think-
like too, like with the Penguin, like I feel like I could introduce that to my parents who do not like comic book stuff whatsoever, but I feel like they would enjoy it.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
like,
you could.
Oh, yeah, my mom
dad-
watched it.
my dad
You can
would
show
love-
this
my
to
dad would love
anybody;
the
they'll
show.
like it. Cause they, I think. Okay, I do respect and appreciate that they did not go forward and show Batman ever, but I would have at least liked a offhanded mention being like just a random background character just being like, "Yo, like, hurry it up, you know, it's nighttime." Batman.
Well, I
show
think
up.
that the bat signal was kind of adequate enough to mention that.
I think that was good for the ending. I just think like especially if they're doing anything at the nighttime, just some background chatter about it would have been good enough for me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Batman should have been like more active, especially when all the Falcons were fucking dead.
No, I think the only
That
thing.
scene-
No,
that
I,
scene
I
was so
think
good.
I think the only thing that would have brought, because the thing is they say at the beginning of the show that Batman is helping with recovery efforts, and all of Gotham was affected by the bombing. So and he can't be everywhere at once, you know. So him not being there for the events of the Falcons, I totally get. The only thing that I think would really bring his attention up is the bombing, which is why I am glad that like that bombing happens at the very end, because it gives enough credence for it to be like, okay, yeah, now Batman's gonna show up, because this is something he can't just ignore.
Yeah. I'm interested to see if like they'll play into more of like the maybe not the playboy aspect of Bruce Wayne, but like more of like the rich billionaire who hosts parties for charities, you know.
I would like for the movie to
think-
start. Either the movie should start with him stopping a crime, or it should start with him as Bruce Wayne already starting to get into that lifestyle. It should be one of those two things.
I think one thing that would kind of go in with that too is they kind of show that Wayne Manor's basically like abandoned the whole time, so having him move back in there would be pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome.
I want more Alfred stuff. I don't know if they'll do it in this movie, but I would love for them to do that scene where like somebody makes it into the Batcave and they like try to confront Alfred and he just fucking shoots them. That is such a great moment in the comics.
He is the only member of the Bat family who's allowed to have a gun.
Yeah. Like what is the comic what does he say in the comic? He's basically like, me and the master
He
don't
says,
share
like-
that rule or something like that.
Yeah, however don't conform to such niceties. Something like that.
Yeah, God. Alfred is so cool.
Isn't Alfred like a Vietnam vet or something?
No, he's MI6.
Franco doesn't know what that is.
I'm
What
actually
is that?
Basically, he's like a
it's
British
UK
special agent.
Yeah, it's
He's
a
like
UK secret
007.
So he's James Bond.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
I think there was one like DC animated movie that referenced like Batman as like the James Bond of superheroes. That kind of was like the most fitting title ever.
Yeah, he's like
Oh yeah, didn't they have like like an Alfred show? Does it still go on?
Yeah, they did have an Alfred show. Apparently, it sucked. Basically, from
was
what
it
I understand,
wasn't it connected
was-
to the
was-
Gotham show?
Not that I know of.
Oh.
It was basically like Alfred in his younger days, and I think Thomas is a character in it. But there was also that Gotham show about his kids.
Well, Alfred's
Well, I know
kids,
the Gotham show that was on Fox. That show was terrible because at like a certain point they just ran out of ideas. So then you have like Batman, like he's starting out in like the last episode, but he's already got like an entire rogues gallery that's been around for years, and he's already stopped a few of them, and he hasn't even become Batman yet. It's like, okay, well, what's the
Well,
whole point then?
So, from what I understand, apparently there was like a weird rights thing with Batman and television
Mm-hmm.
because of the 1960s show. So apparently there was like a really fucking weird deal they had to work out with like the Gotham show in order to get Batman on screen. I don't know if that's still a thing now with live action shows, but apparently it was a bitch and a half to get.
They need to reuse
the actual Batman.
in Batman 2 instead of using a Nirvana song, they need to reuse "Kiss from a Rose" by Seal. They gotta
That
bring
would
that
be
back.
absolutely atrocious.
I love how the music video for that song, like, the song does not sound like it belongs in a superhero movie, and then you just see Batman in the fucking music video.
Bruh.
No, they need to use
Gotham Knights, that was the
they need to
name of
use
it.
Chad Kroger's "Hero." That's what they gotta use.
No, that's a Spider-Man song. How dare you?
No, it's
The Foo Fighter one.
there goes my hero. I do wonder what
I
they're.
first heard that in like a Cartoon Network ad.
I heard people saying they should use "Come As You Are," which I'm fine with, but I wouldn't mind if they use another deep cut Nirvana song if they're gonna stick with Nirvana.
Was Something in the Way really a deep cut before the Batman?
Yeah, it was. It wasn't a single from. It was in Nevermind, which is their biggest album, but it wasn't like a single or anything like that. It was like the last song on the album. And you know, I mean, I had heard all the Nirvana albums because you know I listen to a shit ton of music, so I already knew it. So when I first saw that trailer, I was like, "Yo, I love this song!" And then it blew up. I think it got like #1 on the Billboard just from the trailer or something like that.
Time for crime.
Vindicated by Dashboard Confessional, best Spider-Man song. That is a tough one, but I might agree with you. And if we're gonna one that is used in one of the Spider-Man movies is "Meant to Live" by Switchfoot. That's another great song.
What about Sunflower?
Sunflowers, I like Sunflower.
I should the Spider-Verse soundtracks. They were
Sunflower was better than whatever the main song from
Annihilate.
Annihilate. Yeah, Annihilate was whatever.
But the thing is, the soundtrack actually for Across the Spider-Verse, very good because Metro Boomin produced it. It's just the main song they used was terrible. Annihilate, it just wasn't that good.
Yeah,
but there were a bunch of other songs that were like.
Iconic.
Was
There were so
Annihilate
many
the
other
one with
songs
Was Annihilate the one with Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like parts of the beat on that, but it was like whatever.
that's on my
But I
favorite
agree. No,
first.
yeah, I think Spider-Man
First person.
Across. I always get them mixed up. Which one was the second one?
Across the Spider-Verse.
So Across did have a really good soundtrack, but I don't know. I did prefer the. Oh shit! I gotta take these fuckers.
I think
out.
about that film so much because like the whole canon thing, like depending on the third film, is either gonna be one of a really good, really well written, or really poorly written.
Yeah,
no in
really,
between.
this will make or break the entire series Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing is like there are so very glaring holes in the whole like canon thing.
Oh, my good
even
friend
without-
Javi says y'all forgetting "Bring Me to Life" from Daredevil. That's true. That is a great song, but that is a terrible movie.
I think
Oh,
one thing
the-
with Beyond the
think we're all-
Spider-Verse is what.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I think one thing with Beyond the Spider-Verse, how they're gonna explain that is that the canon events thing is just all bullshit.
Right.
Yeah,
I think that's literally the
It has-
only
it
way
has
they
to
can
be.
do that.
it has to.
Yeah, if they don't do that, then that means that 2099 Spider-Man is in the right.
Yeah, I think what they might have that do is just kind of like explain that canon events are basically just incursions.
Yeah.
Because I mean, otherwise it's like, how the hell does any other Spider-Man movie work beyond that point?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, it's weird also because like I know it's more so a reference, but they do kind of insinuate that like the MCU universe also kind of takes place in this vast multiverse.
Yeah, because they reference No Way Home.
Yeah, so it's like, but like as established in Deadpool 3, which by the way, the best superhero song of all time is Bye Bye Bye.
Actually, it's like a prayer.
But they established that it's not necessarily canon events. It's like the anchors of the universes.
The anchor being is easily the dumbest thing in Deadpool 3. That is the worst plot point in Deadpool 3.
Right, because like, what are you gonna do when the person
No,
dies
I think
of
it
natural
actually-
causes?
I think it actually does make sense from like because the way the TVA is, it's supposed to kind of be like in a way too, like addressing like like each of the characters that were like died off in each one, it's from like dead film series and all that. So I think having where it's like anchor beings being basically the main characters of the universe, and without them, the universe just doesn't exist anymore.
Well, who's the anchor?
It's kind of like a cool idea.
Well, who's the anchor being for the MCU then?
So I heard a rumor about that it's supposed to be Spider-Man.
Yeah, but Spider-Man died, and for years nothing happened, and the TVA didn't get
But he
involved.
comes back.
And that's the thing with time travel stuff is like, so at the time that he died, like it's so confusing because like if he's supposed to die, so he was supposed to die, despite being the anchor being, because he was gonna come back anyways. It's like it makes it way too.
But the
convoluted,
other thing you have to
complicated.
remember too is that with the MCU, that's supposed to be like the sacred timeline where like everything in there is already charted out and planned.
Right. Hello?
Guys, while we're here, can I say my favorite cartoons?
No, you cannot say your favorite cartoon. Am I back?
Okay, so I got Transformers G1. So I got Adventure Time.
Adventure Time.
Jesus
Damn,
Christ,
I'm watching
lyrics
that
went
show
on
now.
Omegle one. Given Ant just posted this old clip of lyrics where he went on Omegle, and 3 times in a row, an underage girl flirted with him, and every time he asked, "How old are you?" and they each said 15,
I
Bro.
remember
No,
that.
Hey,
Holy shit,
guys.
that's when he deleted
I
his
love
channel.
lyrics, bro.
Yo.
How does that happen? Not only once, but
I can hear you,
twice,
Mike.
and then 3 times.
Yeah, I think the internet just like the internet just like died for a second.
My internet just totally died for like too long.
It was a bit, and then I saw your screenshot was like running, and I was like, okay. it's probably-
Internet died. Call that shit
Yeah, I
Tomato
thought your
Man's
game
mom.
crashed for a second,
Oh,
but then
bro.
All right. You're back on my end. You'll never be back. All right, Froki, I'm taking away your mod again.
Well, damn. Some people know the struggle, man.
yeah.
Well, he's gonna learn the struggle.
Bro,
Fuck,
he's a
my
total idiot, man.
stream-
You can't be doing that.
My
He's a idiot,
OBS
man.
chat, my
Oh my
OBS
God,
chat
bro.
is totally fucking cooked, like the Maronis. Alright, I'm gonna pop that to the side.
Yeah,
Bro,
guys.
YouTube, my internet did not like me shit talking the MCU time travel shit.
Dude,
Whoa.
Disney's trying to silence you, bro.
True.
Yo, anyway, can I continue my favorite cartoons?
No,
I'm
you
gonna
cannot.
start-
He said Adventure
Yes.
Time. I got banned from watching that because I live in.
How do you
I
get
got banned from watching
it?
regular show.
Because some of the I admit it has some like weird stuff in it for a children's show.
No.
What? Like what?
My parents are like tree trunks is a whole freak, bro. Like that woman, she is not okay.
He's female Diddy.
No, she's not female. She's just a freak. Like her and that.
Bro.
Kid, my dad was like, I don't want you. You're not watching this anymore. I was like, no.
I was banned from
To be
watching
fair, the
regular
show-
show. Cause like
the show kind of fell. Yeah, same. I was banned from watching regular show as well.
Cause like I swear,
See-
parents walking on like the worst time for cartoons. They never see the normal shit that goes on in the cartoon. It's always the weird scenes.
Oh, I watched like the worst. I watched like the worst 2 arcs of JoJo Part 3 to watch. Like,
I'm just
your
gonna
parents in the
restart.
cinema.
My shit's too fucked up. I
It
can't.
was the Alessi and Mariah. It was the Setham and Bastard arc.
No.
Yeah. Luckily, my dad was like on his laptop, so he didn't see anything that any of the soft stuff. But, like, bro, when they got to the bit of Polnareff and like the woman when like the Egyptian woman was like took in baby Polnareff and like was washing him, bro. I was like, bro, what is this?
Yeah. Well, your dad sees you watching JoJo, and he's probably wondering, is my son gay? He's watching very muscular men right now.
JoJo's the base, bro.
No,
That
I
just
agree.
sucks. Apparently, Dio was confirmed androgynous. Like his gender was confirmed androgynous
Sus.
in a new book that Araki released. But like, isn't he a dude?
I
isn't he
mean,
just,
like,
a dude?
like it's established that like at least part 1, Dio could like shape, like he could like change things as he whims, right? Because like he had those little like chimera creatures as like
I
pets.
think you can play Subway Surfers on that little screen on the gauntlet.
No. The real question is, can it run Doom?
Oh yeah,
Maybe it's like a little PSP.
Someone built.
Oh
was
my
on
gosh.
a pregnancy test.
Yeah. But do you think he has a port of Skyrim on there?
I mean, you gotta imagine it's probably like it's got like a streaming thing where it goes back to the back view. You probably play a bunch of shit on there.
Oh, dude, like Alfred's just
Arrow
watching him play Skyrim. He's like, Master Bruce, this build sucks.
Bro.
Okay, let me continue.
I'm just thinking of is like when they the Camden stream, bro. When they started like doing the Alfred impression, bro.
What was
And he's
that
like,
one? That one terrible show. Fucking Titans. They made it a plot point where Jason
Oh, yeah.
Todd looked at. They made a plot point where Jason Todd looked at porn on the back computer.
What?
Yes, that was like one of the
You're
things they just like
kidding.
mentioned. They mentioned it as like a one-off in one of the episodes for one of the reasons why he had to hang out with Dick. It was like a whole thing. That show was like so unnecessarily edgy for no reason.
Well, I mean, the
Like,
first
I
trailer
think-
was him literally going, "Fuck Batman."
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like super edgy. It wasn't comic accurate in any
What's
way.
worse,
They
Titans
got
or
the
Teen Titans Go?
Titans. They got the castings down pretty well, but then like the actual plot was just terrible.
Teen Titans Go got way too much hate. Not gonna lie.
Because like it was weird.
No,
Like,
it didn't.
Titans takes
Yes, it
place in its
did.
own universe, right? It's not. It wasn't affiliated with the cinematic universe at the time, right?
Yeah. It was its own thing. It was completely separate.
Yeah.
They had like their own Batman and everything. But then for
Was-
some reason
did
this
Batman
Batman was
come
like
in the show?
60. Yeah, and he was like 60. Like he was super old, but he only had 2 Robins at that point. And then Tim Drake Robin is never even Batman's sidekick at that point. Like he shows up, he becomes Robin, but he's never the sidekick for Batman.
And
All I know
and
is,
he
like-
becomes
like,
Batman
they-
at the
they-
end
they-
as well.
Didn't they kill off Dick in that show too?
No, I don't think so. Oh no, they did, and then had him get revived by the Lazarus Pit.
Hmm.
You know, it's a pretty
The
good.
suit designs are pretty good too.
You know, it's a pretty
But
good
otherwise
movie.
it's
Is Under the Red Hood, the animated one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
John-
Jason Ackles, who
John
played Red Hood at the time.
John DiMaggio does a great
Yeah,
Joker.
Joker. He's a good Joker.
Well, one
He's
thing
good-
that was
he's
really
also
cool about
Jacob
what it
Bond.
one thing that was really cool with what it did is it kind of retconned the whole Superboy Prime thing. Like it was the first one to establish it was just the Lazarus Pit that they used, and that like makes so much more sense than whatever they were trying to do with like Superboy
Yeah.
Prime punching reality, and then that brings Jason Todd back to life.
Well, dude, that was such a dumb plot point to begin with because it's like they wanted to explain all the retcons they made. They made
Oh, wait,
prior
isn't
to
it
that
like, isn't
event.
it like the retcon punches on?
Yeah, no, literally.
Yeah.
Literally. And like I do like the granted the original Red Hood storyline doesn't really address this either because like the guy who wrote it didn't understand any of the plot points prior. But like there is a whole story where Batman is trying to kill the Joker
Huh?
because of Jason. But
But
for
there was like this
somehow-
whole weird thing with like Joker became like a diplomat for a country.
He became
So
the
if Batman
ambassador
killed
for
Joker,
Iran.
He would have caused like an actual global war if he killed the Joker. That was like the whole thing.
and then like still like Superman had to be like, no, Batman, do not kill him.
Yeah, and the first time Jason Todd actually came back, he pretended to be Hush, and that was the first way he revealed himself to Batman.
Even though originally they said it was Clayface who was pretending to be Jason.
Yeah. Comics are fun.
I think the
I know,
whole thing
right?
was they were trying to test run what would happen if Jason Todd was like just revealed to be alive and all of that to try to tease that.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended out pretty good, but at the same time the way they explained it in the Hush comic just made no sense. Where it's like, oh, it was Clayface, but then like halfway through it was Jason actually, and they switched places. It's like, okay.
Wasn't it
Yeah,
initially like it was up to vote whether Jason Todd lived?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they put
but
it
there
up
was
to
a
a
lot of
vote.
weird-
Reason he was very unpopular with the readers because like
He
we
was
have to-
really unpopular, but also apparently like it was like super skewed. Like the way that they did the call system, you just entirely rigged that shit like super easily.
Yeah.
Because like we have to remember, like we're
Spoiler
used to
alert.
like we're used to Jason being like the brooding one, right, with the sketchy past. But he was essentially like Dick Grayson 2.0.
Yeah, until the Infinite Crisis, and then they made him more like of the edgier one. I wouldn't say he became brooding until he became Red Hood, but yeah, they made him more edgy, and then apparently they purposefully decided to keep writing him more and more annoying in order to also skew the votes for him dying.
Yeah, that people forget that Jason Todd's the one that survives the Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Bro. All right. Ugh, I'm gonna end the stream here because I gotta wake up early tomorrow. But thanks for joining me, guys.
shit.
I'll talk to y'all
It was
soon.
nice joining you.
All right, see ya.
Peace.
See you
I
tomorrow.
want to touch your fat Temexican tip, Mike.
All right, that is a great place to end it. Thank you for everybody who watched. I'm sorry the internet cut out. I don't know what happened there. I'll be live maybe Sunday, but if not, I'll see you guys.